Hello, my name is Muscles Cosplay. I am going to join a competition as a Skyrim guard, but I still need a shield. So today, we're gonna make that. Even though a shield may seem like an easy prop, it will be very important to make it solid and durable. I'm using two 10mm high density foam circles with a 50cm diameter. The foam on its own would be floppy, so I'm also cutting it out once out of hardboard. This piece will go in the middle. You can use whatever you want, it just has to be sturdy. You can clean up the edges a little, but since they will be covered later, it doesn't matter that much. I use some super glue dots to glue it temporary. This way I can mark where the handle will go. I also burn deep grooves with a soldering iron or wood burner to create the boards of the shield. It's very important to wear a mask while doing this, and if possible in a well-ventilated area. I glue everything together with a spray contact cement, but of course regular contact cement works too. I just prefer the spray for big surfaces. The edges of the shield I cut out of 5mm HD foam 16 times and glue them on. I Dremel these edges inwards to give them more of a slope. The entire edge I cover with foam clay. I really want it to look like your typical Skyrim racked iron bands. This is what I've built in one day. It's pretty much the entire rough shield minus the handle, which I will apply after I let the foam clay dry for at least 24 hours. I'm pretty curious how it will turn out because I'm not that used to working with foam clay. So let's just get back to this in a few days. With the foam clay dry, I could sand it down a little, but overall I'm happy with how it turned out. The handle is made with a shape rod sandwiched in high density foam. Be sure to double check your measurements. As a primer, I'm using the black Gauss Paint primer and color. It's Skyrim, which means it's rough, which means I'm adding this with a paint roller to create some texture. After 2 layers of primer, I start adding some brown acrylics for the wood part. Because of the big surface, I'm using a spray paint. It looks very bland right now, but it's a trust the process type of thing. For the metallic parts, I just use some Gauss Paint forged iron. I chose the Markarth shield, so that means I will be making this shield green. I mixed some tones of green till I got the desired tint. To make it all look a little more realistic, I'm giving the whole thing a black wash, which means some black paint in a lot of water. Applying it and wiping it off. Since we have wood texture, this will make it pop a lot more. For the emblem, I'm using my pattern as a stencil. So I cut it out, secured it, and dabbed on some white paint. Once I had an outline, I could freehand it a little more and cut out the stencil piece by piece. It's tedious, but it's important. The final step is what makes this whole shield look like a finished piece. I covered the whole thing in a brown oil paint, then wiped off the excess with a cloth. It just gives it that more authentic look. To seal the prop, I will give a coat of varnish using a matte Lucas spray can. Just apply a thin layer, we don't want it to drip. And with that, the shield is done. I'm quite happy with it. All in all, it took me 3 days to complete from start to finish. If you want to make this yourself, patterns will be available in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.